Hello and welcome to the Zero to Hero show. I'm Annie Bennett. Today's episode is so powerful and so inspiring. Most of us are trying to run away from our past and don't even want to talk about it or have nothing to do with it. But our special guest today used her past to help change other people's lives from drinking alcohol for so long to one day decide to stop and deciding to wake up feeling fresh and feeling normal again. It's a big wake up call. After having a chat with Gayle, I come to admire her so much, and I'm sure once you're listening to our conversation, you will too. So let's hear it from her. Hello, Gayle. Thank you so much for joining us, a Zero to Hero show today. Another episode. And last time we spoke, and you have so much to share. I would love everyone on this planet to hear about you. So, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. So my name's Gayle. I am from the northeast of England, but I live here in the south of Spain. I've lived here for 16 years. I live with my husband, my two sons, and our two dogs. And we came to Spain to start a new life. We lived in a caravan and we renovated a cave house, and it was all very exciting. New culture, new way of life. And the plan was initially to stay for 5 years, but obviously we haven't gone back. So here I am, and over the years here in Spain, I've done various different things. But now I am a sobriety coach. So that means I help women to change their relationship with alcohol, whatever that looks like. Usually people want to stop drinking completely, and they have trouble doing it, which is completely understandable because of, well, it's an addictive substance to start with, and also because of our culture and society. You know, if you don't drink, then you're seen as that there's something wrong with you, you're seen as being a bit weird, and there's a huge pressure to drink. But more and more women are finding that it's just getting in the way of their lives, you know, their personal life. It's interfering with their physical, their mental, their emotional and spiritual well-being. And as business owners, it's a huge block in terms of having a successful, thriving business. I wouldn't have a business if I'd still been drinking. That's how powerful sobriety is. And the reason I do this is because of my own journey. I stopped drinking just over 2 years ago, so coming up to 2.5 years now, actually. And before I quit, I was in a really dark place. You know, there were some mornings when I didn't even want to get up. I just couldn't face the day, which is crazy because I live in a beautiful part of Spain. I've got two gorgeous children, and I suppose that I have got a life that many people might envy. You know, I live in the countryside, but because of the alcohol, it just made everything worse. You know, my anxiety, I was depressed looking back. I had no self-worth, no self-esteem. I didn't like myself at all. And I just couldn't see a way out. And then when I stopped, I just thought, wow, this is amazing. I felt like I just found the best secret in the world. You know, just waking up and not being hungover, and not even hungover, just waking up and feeling normal. You know, I thought, my God, if this is normal, this is amazing. I just want it, you know, I don't want to ever go back. And it was tough in the beginning, but gradually, you know, I found myself again through various different techniques that I use and that I teach. And I finally started to love myself for who I am, which is the most important thing we can do. And that's the reason I think why a lot of us drink, you know, to numb out from our feelings. And then since that day, since getting through the early tricky bits, then, you know, life has just kind of gone, well, it was a big dip, but then it's gone back up again. And it's honestly the best thing that I've ever done, which is why I'm so passionate about helping other people. Because when you remove alcohol, your whole world just opens up.
Wow.
So that's me.
Oh, wow. I love that. I love that when some people run away from their past, they try everything to run away. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to do anything about it. But you turn your past into something that can help others. You not run away. You learn from it and then you make it worth for lots of people.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so amazing. You know, people who that can't stop, or people who will always want to drink, is it because they found that it's help for them, like they find this is the solution?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of twofold. Obviously, alcohol is addictive. So the more you drink, the more you need.
Mm.
But also, it's what goes on in the brain and in our bodies. Alcohol interferes with everything, our chemical kind of reactions in our body. It interferes with our thoughts, our emotions. And in the beginning, it is a solution. You know, it's a quick fix. If you're feeling down or stressed, you have a drink and then suddenly you feel better. And that's only because the alcohol has numbed out what it is that you're actually feeling. So it's an escape, if you like. We do it because we don't want to feel the way we're feeling, whatever that might be: loneliness, boredom, anxiety, stress, grief, you know. And in the short term, it does work because it just blocks everything out and we stop feeling. But then our brain learns that alcohol will help us to stop feeling. So whenever we are feeling how we don't want to, or we are maybe anticipating something coming up that we know we might struggle with, then we automatically reach for a drink. You know, after a while of this pattern of feeling bad, drinking, feeling better, it becomes second nature to drink. So when we realize that actually alcohol is a poison, it is addictive, it's making me do things I don't want to do, it's making me feel ill, then that's when the struggle comes, because we don't know how to cope without it. We don't know how to manage the feelings and the emotions. And that's where, yeah, the struggle happens.
Mm.
But you can get through it. You absolutely can get through it.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure. Do they have to be strong if they want to get through it?
There is an element of strength, yes. But I believe that we are all far stronger than we think we are.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's about having a willingness to try and just be open to new ways of learning, new ways of thinking. It's not about willpower. Many people think you have to have a lot of willpower, but you don't. You know, willpower, it's like a muscle. You know, you use it, but then it will get tired. So it's never about resisting drinking. It's about managing what's going on in your life. Lots of self-care, you know, lots of love for yourself, putting systems in place to help you cope, to help you through the stresses, or to even manage so there's not that much stress anymore. It's more kind of behind the scenes, if you like, rediscovering what you have inside you that you already have that will help you through it. So yeah, there is an element of strength, but it's not the kind of willpower, I have to get through this kind of strength. It's more about an inner strength, which we all have.
When I listen to you, it sounds like you got to have, when people who self-awareness, when they're aware what's going on, hey, hang on. Well, like you when you stop and you wake up, wow, this is normal. You kind of aware, this is nice, right? And you
Yeah,
aware that, hey, my life is, I can't have business now. My life is not what I want to be. So for those people who in that situation, I think they have to have self awareness of what's going on and why they're doing this for. And they're hurting themselves, and then they need to stop, or they need to find what's the problem, right?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Because we all drink for one reason or another. You know, you might drink in social occasions because you lack self-confidence.
Yeah.
You might drink as a mum because you can't manage your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might drink as a mum because you want some adult time and having a drink feels kind of grown up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you're watching kids programs all day and you're having toddler conversation, you do lose a part of yourself. So having a drink, I suppose, is a grown-up adult thing to do. But yeah, you need to be absolutely aware of what it is you need, and most importantly, how it is that you want to feel.
Mm.
When you know how you want to feel, like deep down, what is this core desire that you want to feel, then you can begin to work on solutions to help you with those feelings without having to use alcohol to help you to do that.
Wow. And that's what you do. You help people.
Yeah.
Wow. I know it's been 10 years, it took you 10 years and now you like free from it. It's just so amazing. Can you tell us about like the most toughest time in your life?
Yeah, there's been a few, but probably the most recent one sticks out. And this was after I got sober, by the way. My life kind of fell apart
Mm-hmm.
for about a period of, I don't know, a year almost. And it stemmed from because of my drinking actually. Before I quit drinking, I had a business here in Spain. We used to export Spanish goods to the UK, Australia, around the world. And then because of the climate, that kind of stopped. We had to close it. So then the income stopped. And we managed for a while. And then I got sober. And then it was if everything came back to kind of bite me on the bum, if you like. So apart from a few bits and bobs of online teaching, because I'm also an English teacher, I had no income. And I have two children to support,
Mm.
a husband, I have a mortgage, and there was no money coming in. And the system over here in Spain is very slow. And I went through a period and it was just soul destroying because there was no money coming in. There was no sign of any help coming in. I desperately wanted to, you know, grow my business, build my business, because at that time it was just kind of an idea. It was a blog, it was a website, but it was nothing really, as it's nothing like it looks today. But because of all of the financial difficulties and, speaking with social workers who made you feel worthless, I didn't have the energy. I wasn't in the right place. It was a really dark time. My kids had visions of us living in a tent in the street, that kind of thing. We were looking around and thinking, oh my God, are we just going to have to leave everything and just go somewhere and just live in a tent?
Oh.
And it was so hard. And a lot of people, when they start businesses, they come from maybe, I don't know, they've left a corporate job and they decide to start a business. So they have this financial security, which allows them to do it. So they're in a right place mentally as well as, the financial safety. But because I didn't have that, it was literally zero. It took me a while to get into that place of finding my inner strength again. And my sobriety definitely helped with that. I wouldn't have been able to do what I did had I been drinking.
Mm.
And it lasted for about a year. You know, sometimes we would have like €4 to buy food for the weekend for 4 people. And
Oh,
it was just terrible. It really was. Yeah.
wow. How did you get through that?
Well, we lent on each other a lot as a family. I think we became closer, and I think, you know, awful as it was, especially for the kids, they became a bit more resilient. You know, they learned, you know, what you can make with bits and bobs in the cupboards to eat. You know, we found pleasures in being outdoors. You know, we had no things to occupy us. We couldn't buy things, you know, so there was a lot more family connection to nature. As I say, my sobriety, because that gave me clarity of mind, and it gave me energy and focus. I could have quite easily drank through it all, and God knows where I would have ended up.
Mm.
So it was a mixture of family, sobriety, a willingness just to keep going, a need, I suppose, just to keep going and not give up, keep fighting, and holding on to the vision of what I wanted my business to be. That's kind of what kept me going in the middle of the night, you know, when you're lying there and you're in pain because you haven't eaten anything. This future that I knew was within reach, that is probably what got me through.
Wow, that is really strong. Like, I know how to feel when you're hungry, but when
Yeah,
you're hungry, but you know the food's in the fridge, it's another story. But you're hungry, but it's nothing there. But it's
yeah.
showing is the picture of your business. That is what you want it to be, and it is right now what you want it to be. Wow, that is so amazing. So, what was your big aha moment?
Yeah, my big aha moment was the fact that if I wanted something, i.e., my business and a life for my children, better life for my children, then I had to do it myself.
Mm.
You know, I had many conversations with the social workers, and they were telling me that I could go out into the countryside and pick olives all day, all evening in the heat, and I would have an income. Yeah, I would, but I wouldn't see my family. I would probably work myself to death, and it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I realized that if I want to create the life that I want, then I have to do the work. And that was kind of a big, wow, I can do this. I just have to believe in myself and put in the effort. So rediscovering my inner strength again was a massive light bulb moment for me. I kind of knew that I did actually have it in me, and I could do what I wanted to do, and I didn't have to rely on, you know, benefits or rubbish jobs. I could do it myself.
You know, when I listen to you, you're the kind of person that you don't blame anyone else, yourself. You know, it's,
No,
yeah, I can sense it that everything is me. I'm the one who make this happen. And I'm the one going to make it better. So, you know, other people that, oh, because of my husband, that's why I'm drinking. Because of my job, is so stressed, that's why I'm drinking. Because of my children, it's just they are crazy, make me drink it. You know, blame someone else for their failure or for their life or for. But by listen to you, I can feel that, not like your aha moment. You know, you are the one responsible, and that is make you like big.
yeah.
Wow, yeah, true. So that's amazing. Well, if you can go back time, what would you do differently?
Okay. Well, I wouldn't drink for a start. um, and I would probably begin to learn about myself in a deeper way, because I didn't, you know. I just kind of carried along, you know, doing what I thought I should do, but not really listening to myself, not really knowing myself and understanding myself. So I think I would go right back and strip everything back and look at myself in the mirror, maybe give myself a good talking to, and love myself, I suppose. You know, because in this life, we are put on this earth, I believe, for a purpose. And I didn't really know what my purpose was. I was just kind of fumbling along, as you do. But if I'd taken the time, like you said earlier, to be self-aware and to really understand what I am here for, what I can contribute to, what I can give, what brings me joy, then I would listen to me, my deep self within, and not get carried away with society and culture and other people's expectations.
Well, you know, listen to you. You kind of the person that really love yourself, and like you start to love yourself. You know how worth and how important it is to just look back into yourself. So, you know, some people like I listen to so many people when they have been tough time or whatever that happened to them, and then they turn that around and then they help other people. It's like that is happened for a reason. Maybe it is your purpose. You
Yeah.
be this. If you don't drink, how are you gonna help other people? How are you gonna support them and coaching them? So maybe but some people can't get out of it, but you did. You get out and then you turn that. And some people can be selfish. They only help. Well, I'm not saying selfish. You know, some people, they are messenger, but they only want to send a message just to people that their loved one, like friends and family. But you want to send message to the world. You want to help all the women in this world who have the same problem as you. So you have a big heart.
Oh,
Your true purpose, why you here on this planet. This is your job. This is what you're supposed to do. And I'm sure when you know your purpose, when we know our life purpose, our life is more joyful, right?
yeah.
I want to get up in the morning. Yeah, I want to do this. This is my business. This is what I want to do. And you have more fun and do it because now you know why you're here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, can I have your can you share with me your 3 tips for success, please?
Yeah. So my first tip, I think, would be to look after yourself, to put yourself first. Especially for women, I think that we put ourselves at the bottom of the list all the time. But really, if we are not there for ourselves, then we can't be there for other people. So have a day off, you know, go to bed early, do the things that make you feel good, do the things that bring you joy. Because when you are in that place of love and joy, then that's when the magic happens. That's when you can, you know, the inspiration comes and you are in a good place to help other people. But you have to help yourself first. Absolutely. The second tip I would say is don't give up. You know, if you believe in something, if you really truly believe that what you are doing is what you're supposed to do, what you want to do, what brings you joy, then keep going, even if it's just doing one thing every day, because there will be hiccups, there will be problems, there will be the haters or the people who don't get you or the people who think that, you know, you should maybe go and get a proper job. But if you keep going, if you stick at it, then all these little steps that you do every single day will add up and you will get to where you want to be. So it's being focused and being dedicated and just sticking with it and not giving up. And my final tip, I think, is to connect to people. When I first started and I had my little blog, it was like, you know, when you do a test at school and you kind of cover your answers, you don't want anyone else to see.
Yeah.
It was a bit like that. I was like, oh, I'm not going to share anything because someone might steal it, or I don't
Oh,
want to speak to her because she might think my idea is good and then take it and make it better. But really, especially in the online world, it can be very lonely running a business. And it's so important to connect with like-minded people. You know, if I hadn't been open to connection and to collaborating and to sharing, then I wouldn't have met you for a start. I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have had the chance to meet so many other wonderful female entrepreneurs
mm,
who have helped me in what I do, and I've had the chance to help them as well.
wow.
So connection is hugely important.
Wow, I absolutely agree with that. First, love ourselves. Second, never give up. And the third one, yes, connection, networking. I love it. I really, truly, truly believe that's why I create this Thai Entrepreneur Association, because
Yeah,
I so strongly believe that if we want to be success, we need someone, we need like-minded people stay together, because you never know, one conversation could change everything. That's what's happened to me, so I really believe that. Yeah, thank you for your tips.
mm-hmm.
What would you say to your 20-year self?
Yeah. Well, this is kind of similar to if I went back in time, I would say to my 20-year-old self, don't drink.
Don't
um, and I would also tell her to believe in herself.
Yep.
You know, growing up for me wasn't great. I was put down a lot.
Mm,
I was told that I was not worth very much. I
mm,
didn't have very much confidence. And, you know, because of that childhood experience, it's still something that I'm working on today. But I didn't have much self-worth or self-belief. So I would go back and tell my 20-year-old self that you are worth something. You do have a lot of love in your heart. You do have a lot to offer and to share. So believe in yourself and love yourself for who you are. You are a special person. You do have a special place in this world. And it might sound a bit, I don't know, soft and fluffy,
mm.
but it's powerful. It's so powerful, because when we truly step into our own greatness, when we believe in ourselves, then it's only then when we can face the world and do what we want to do with confidence and power and joy.
You know, when it's true, because when you believe in yourself, people around you believe in you too.
Yeah,
Because if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you? Because it's energy. People can sense it, can feel it. That, wow, look at her. She's so confident, or she's so good, so this, so that. It's the energy. But people who they don't even believe in themselves, they're like, hello, like you said earlier, you want to keep this to myself. I don't want to share this with you. But now you be like more open, because now you believe in yourself. I believe that I want to help, and I believe, yeah, if you can read and help you, that'd be great. That'd be amazing, because you
yeah.
shift yourself. Oh, how amazing! What project you working on right now, Gail?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm working on two exciting things. The first one is that in the beginning of September, I'm opening my group coaching program up,
Wow.
which is called Transform, and it is a deeply transformational process. We work together for 3 months to change our relationship with alcohol. And we do it, you know, like the ways that we talked about earlier on, getting to the bottom of everything, getting into the nitty gritty of why we're drinking, and we help each other to get our self-love back, our self-confidence back. You know, it's not just about not drinking, it's about rediscovering who we really are inside and drawing on all of the tools that we already have inside of us to help us do that. So that's happening in September. And I'm so excited for that. I've already got some people interested. So
Ooh.
I'm just so excited to get a wonderful group of women together and end the year, end 2020, which, let's face it, hasn't been great, but end it feeling empowered and strong and confident and happy and not being in the clutches of alcohol anymore. So we're going to end 2020 with a big positive bang, I think.
Wow. When you say the group, is it like online group or like a workshop?
It's a 3-month program, and we get workbooks to work through, you know, journal prompts, there's lessons, there's activities, there's all sorts in the actual workbook, but we meet together twice a week as a group to talk through everything. You know, it's accountability, which is hugely important on this journey, and we're there for each other to, you know, build each other up, to give us, you know, a hug if we need a virtual hug at the end of the week, to plan for the week ahead, just to go through the journey together as a group of women, all on the same path.
How are they going to sign up?
They can go to my website, which is soberbliss.com, and it's not on there yet, but there will be a big banner at the top of the page with a link directly to the page where you can learn more about the program and sign up and join me.
Can you spell your website again, please?
Yes, it's sober, so SOBER, bliss, BLISS.com, soberbliss.com.
I will put the link below here as well. So the people want to join the group, your program, 3 months, they have to be in Spain, or they can be all over the world?
Yeah, they can be all over the world. Yeah. At the moment, I'm working with people in America, in Australia, in the UK. So yeah, anywhere.
Wow. When are you going to have your workshop? When are you going to come to England?
I know, I'm excited about a workshop. It'll have to be next year, I think, because of the whole big thing at the moment. But yeah, I think England in the spring next year might be quite a nice thing to do.
And I think you're probably going to get fully booked. So basically, everyone like drinks a glass of wine. One glass of wine turned to one bottle, and one bottle turned to, messed up their life. Wow. Yeah. So that was the first project, right? You say you have 2.
Yes. The second one is I'm busy creating a little planner diary to help people through the holiday season, because, you know, Christmas, New Year, for people in England particularly, and America as well, it's a very drinking orientated time of year. So when we don't drink, it can be very triggering, it can be very lonely even, you know, you can feel like apart from the crowd, if you like. So this planner is just going to help you navigate the holiday season without having a drink and without wanting to have a drink, because it's full of all tools, hints, tips to get you through it sober and happy and remembering it all for a start.
Is it digital, or is it like a proper?
Yeah, it'll be a download, you know, a little workbook that you can work through. Yeah.
I love it. Last time I spoke to you and you create your very first digital products, and because you know that, you know what your business looked like, and you create it and you sold it like first 20 pounds, and you're like, I was like, what, like for someone who been all this struggle and all this time, like, 10 years of drinking, and then you create digital product, I see you like, wow, this is so amazing. And then you say like, I sold it, I sold my digital product. I'm like, people need to hear this. We all can create something. We all can create digital product. It don't have to be big massive books. People have to think about, if I'm gonna create product, it have to be the physical, or have to be something that they can touch and feel. No, this is an online world. And when you told me, I was like, you need to teach people how to create digital products. How to create like I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna have online course teach you how I create my first digital products and how I become successful. I'm gonna charge you, let's say, £27. Come learn with me. Well, I'm always the idea person. When I see someone or something, it's like I spoke to my friend. She owned the chili oil. First, she had like a physical product, but now she put it in. She be able to put on supermarket online, vegan, like one of the top in UK. You need to create an ebook and teach people how to do that, how to create a brand from scratch. She said, I never think of that. You should think of that, and you sell it for £7. And can you imagine if 1,000 people buy £7, how much you get? She was like, Annie, you are so amazing. I'm like, I know. I'm idea. Wow, amazing. So 2 projects coming up. Okay, so if people want to sign up, want to follow, I will put the link of Gayle's. I'm sure your resource is gonna help so many people. Even though people who listen right now, you don't have a problem, but maybe your friends and family having a problem right now, and you want to pass this on. Okay, Gayle, what is your favorite quote?
Okay, my favorite quote is by a wonderful lady called Mary Carr, and it is, there are women succeeding beyond their wildest dreams because of their sobriety.
Again, please.
There are women succeeding beyond their wildest dreams because of their sobriety.
The last one, can you say that word for me again?
Yeah, sobriety.
Sobriety. What can you describe that word for me?
Yeah, sobriety is when you are free from alcohol, drugs, even, anything that is holding you back. So when you have a sober life, when your life is, a sober one, when you are living with your sobriety, it means that you are living your true natural self. And when you live your true, natural, authentic, aligned self, then basically you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve.
Wow. Yeah, it's true. That's lovely one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's true. How can you be successful if you're still drinking, drugging, or even like a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
Just bring you down, just drag you and put you into hell. Yeah, that's nice. I love that. Okay, last question now. Yeah, what message would you have for audience?
My message to your lovely audience is to believe in yourself. No matter what life throws at you, no matter what challenges you are faced with, no matter how bad you might feel, one day, then just believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe that you do have everything you need within you to get to where you want to be. Believe in your amazing, wonderful self. Absolutely.
Wow, self-belief. That's true. Thank you. That's a lovely. Oh, it's such an amazing time. Thank you so much, Gayle. Thank you for being here with me, and I hope to see you again. Maybe before you have your workshops, or I can invite you so you can tell the world, tell people in the UK that you have a workshop going on. And I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.